Let's play a game. Let's play a game.
Oh, whoops, I got the backpack.
Looks like we're good.
Yeah, I'll breathe. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, what the hell? It dropped something.
Oh, you picked up a nano injector.
What is that?
It gives you a 5 health bonus. I want to find a nano injector. There's one.
It came to me. So this guy needs it.
No, I need it. I have higher health. Yeah, nano injector.
Another one over there. That's funny. I meant to open the door, I accidentally opened the med pack. How about this one? You can't open now? Oh, you do. Alright, ready?
Reach it.
Oh my god!
Guard. Ha ha!
Dude, is that Alex Wackbar guy?
I think so.
Aloha snack bar.
Oh no!
Not over yet. I'm ready to drop shield on the left.
Alright.
Moving left. Get off me, I'm dropping shield.
I didn't know there were guys that blew up. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, the new Brutal Doom. They've been doing some work. All the gay boys like this game too, but they do stupid things like, I disable the commando because he makes the game not balanced for me. And what he means to say is that he doesn't like to take his time. He doesn't like to take his time, so he likes to run into a room and not care who's shooting at him. So when the chain gunner revs up that chain gun, he pays hard. Look at this flesh palace.
Is that what this is?
Well, look at it, man. The walls are all the walls and the floor are moving, and what's that down in the pit?
We have entered the vaginal zone.
The vaginal zone. Wallet with wings. It's time to be poor.
Start smashing your hands into the wall. See if you can find the clitoris.
Whoa. Okay. No, this quest is impossible. Sorry.
It was a myth.
It was a myth.
I'm curious, once you're done there, to see what you think about the things that I posted about roads in the Discord.
What, about people not being able to motivate themselves to make money or do things?
No, about taxation on roads. I'm breaking that down. That particular subject specifically.
Oh.
The government has to take money from us because people are greedy fucks.
It has to take because we're greedy? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, you'll see what I mean when you read about it.
Because no one will pay, or what are you saying?
No one would want to pay their share, even if, or find it reasonable to split a payment equally among a certain amount of people. And one person isn't going to foot the bill for a road that, 100,000 people use it.
Well, yeah, but that's why if they want roads, then they need to pay for it, and if no one wants to pay for it, then I guess we don't have roads. And if people don't like it, then they need to get together and pay for it.
Oh no, baby man.
Yeah, and the example I put about that was it was like you can't just set up a Kickstarter campaign to get the money to repave a residential neighborhood and hope that all the homeowners are going to chip in. Especially if it's anything like trying to split a bill between 10 people at a restaurant when that fuckface Dave orders the most expensive thing on the menu and says, "Oh, we should all split the bill equally."
No, it's bullshit.
It is. But that fuckface Dave is dragging his fucking road up and down, dragging his fucking car up and down the road every day.
Well, yeah,
With more wear on it than everybody else.
Yeah, and
how are you going to prove that it's Dave?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not good to tax people on it, because then now you're making people pay for shit that they're not supposed to be paying for.
Yeah, but how do you make Dave pay for his share of the road?
You don't. If he doesn't want to pay for it, then we can't have a road. I don't think we deserve roads. That's bullshit. Because we can't.
It's not about deserving roads. It's about everybody else in that area is going to have to pay for Dave using the road, whether Dave is paying for the road or not.
Exactly. That's why we shouldn't have the road unless it's privatized. I like private. And then if people want to use the road, it's like in Mexico. All the roads are private. Unless it's like a piece of shit, which is how it is. And if you don't like it, don't pay. Drive the piece of shit road.
Oh my gosh, there's so much crap to write.
Yeah, but the other people in the area are just going to pay for it anyways, and that's not fair.
What do you mean the other people in the area are going to pay for it?
If there's a road that's falling apart and some asshole is just using it all the time and breaking stuff, how are you going to hold that asshole accountable for breaking the road?
You can't. And that's why I'm saying.
But if I live there too, and I need the road to get to work, it's not fair to me. And I can't kick him out of his house, and I can't fucking make him pay for his road, even if he's not. But I need the road to get to work.
Then get the private road, and then you can't get on the road because you didn't pay.
It's like you live right at the end of the cul-de-sac, right?
Yeah.
There's four or five houses right around there, and there's other people who get to work or leave their homes and go places on that road. But maybe there's some guy in that area who drives his truck and then crashes into a fucking car and flips it over and breaks the road, or maybe there's an earthquake or something. Everybody in that cul-de-sac needs that road to get to work, but nobody wants to pay for it.
Then
because why is it my responsibility for the earthquake? Oh, you don't get roads. Well, I need the road to get to work, so I'm going to pay for the road. And then that asshole Dave, who doesn't pay anything, is getting the road for free.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, no, that's how it's going to work. He's going to get the road for free because the road's going to be fixed.
Oh, no, but you're talking about the road of the cul-de-sac, right?
What's the purpose? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
It gives you double damage.
probably want this.
Not right now. No, I get what you're saying, but I don't agree.
It's not about agree. It's not about agree. He lives there. He gets to use the road.
No, then here's the thing.
You can't kick him off the road. What are you gonna do? Slash his tires every day?
No, you're not. But what I'm saying is this. If you want to fix the road and he doesn't want to be a part of it, then don't live there. Leave. Live with a bunch of people who want roads.
I don't think it's that simple.
It's never simple.
Especially if you're in an area where where everybody was paying for roads and then suddenly something happens. That guy who was paying a whole bunch of money for roads left. And then the roads go to shit.
Yep.
Or all the places where people want to pay for roads, people are living there. You can't move. And the road is broken, so you can't get anywhere to move. It's bullshit.
And? Why is that anybody else's problem? I get it. The guy who needs the road, he's in a big problem. That sucks. Sucks for him.
Well, if nobody wants to pay for the road and the road is broken and I can't move because I can't get a vehicle down there, what do I do?
You do something else.
That's not an answer.
Like, you go your own way.
You do something else. You get another job, though. You can actually.
How do I get another job? I can't go to someplace to get another job because the road is broken.
Well, you got to do something. I'm sure whoever's in trouble will figure it out.
Sooner or later, I'm going to have to pay out the ass for that road if nobody else wants to pay for that road. How is that fair?
Because you need the road and they don't.
Yeah, but they all get to have the road when I pay for it.
If they live on your street, then yeah, that sucks. You shouldn't live with those people who don't need the road. That's gay.
Yeah, but if you live there and the road broke and nobody wants to pay for it, is the argument that I'm making. You don't seem to be grasping this.
No, I get it, and that's the thing. Like, I don't think you should be able to make them pay for the road.
That point that nobody was going to pay for the road. How would you know living there would be the case?
Well, that's the thing. Living would have to change if that was the way things work. Meaning, you would have to all go into an agreement when you live in that area about the road is going to get paid for like this in a contract. And if someone doesn't agree, then they're not allowed to move into that place in the first place. It just has to be thought out ahead of time.
But everybody already lives somewhere.
Okay,
how do you get everybody to agree to that already lives somewhere?
What do you mean?
Well, you already live at the end of your cul-de-sac, and there's 30 other people who live there.
Okay, so let's say
somebody in that group doesn't want to pay for the road.
Okay, so then they don't pay for the road, and if the other people don't like it, then they can leave.
I'm ready to breach red door.
Do it. Breach it. No, I get it. A lot of people get really inconvenienced. And
right.
Either way,
you're pushing off the cost of that road to everybody else who lives there that wants to use the road. And that guy's not gonna leave if everybody else just pays for it. And everybody else isn't gonna leave.
Then they suck. They're doo-doos. It sucks that they're in such a doo-doo position. It's similar to a position where, let's say that people, let's take OCD. My brother had this problem where he's living with some guy and he's more OCD than that guy. And he's suffering because the guy he's with, doesn't want to clean up as much as he does. It takes more to make that guy want to clean up. And then he didn't know what to do, and I said, you gotta leave. Oh, but it's an inconvenience because all this and stuff and the money. Too bad. You're in a problem because you're next to them. That's just how it is. You're gonna suffer more because you need more things. That's just an intrinsic nature of how humans are. Those who need more are gonna suffer more. Those who need less are gonna suffer less. It sucks, but I stand by that because I don't think it's fair to make people do shit.
Why do you think it's fair to make other people pay for other people's roads?
You shouldn't.
But that's what's going to happen.
Well, then they should say, you can't drive on my road because I paid for it, so pay me. And if they don't want to, then they don't drive on the road.
Yeah, but nobody's going to pass laws that are going to make that legal.
To privatize roads?
Yeah.
Well, then they're gonna all want to do taxes. That's how it is. Yeah, that's how they're doing it. I personally don't like that. I think that it should be privatized, but they want to do
privatizing it is nice until somebody buys a stretch of road between San Francisco and San Diego and says, "Yeah, I own the 101 now."
Oh,
so
of course.
Who drives
of course.
on it
No, it's not.
Every time they get on the road.
No, of course. I played Monopoly, the board game too. You have to look. Never do you want to push to one extreme or the other, of course. But again, if you want to pay for something and get something done, sure. But if you're doing that shit on purpose to screw everyone and say, "Oh, they have no alternative but to do it my way," ha ha ha. No, then you need to intervene. Obviously, if they're being fed.
And there's other toll roads in places like San Francisco. There's tolls for going over bridges. That makes sense, as long as that money is going to the bridge. But I don't know that those toll roads are privatized or government funded. I have no idea. And there's those fast track lanes on highways where you get in this lane, you pay $1 every time you're driving on it. Does that really go for maintaining that road, or is somebody just pocketing that money? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't agree with it.
But do we set it up so that every time you get on
here's how I agree with it. If there's another way to get to the city other than the bridge, I agree with it. If it's the only way and people are forced to use that road to go where they need to go, then no, I don't agree with it. Does that make sense?
Sure.
As long as there's a choice, great. If there's not a choice, no. You're forcing people to do shit. That's just a sneaky way to force people to do shit. I mean,
which is going to be nice until you realize that it's going to take you 8 hours just to get from one end of Los Angeles to the other, because you couldn't drive on any of the, or you didn't want to pay for any of the
maybe you could
tolls, so you had to go on all the city streets, which nobody's paying for anyways. So your car fucking breaks down and you hit a pothole, and it's not inconvenience at that point.
No, but you should pay for it if you have a car, which that's how it should be, and you will if you do. And the solution would be have two roads next to each other, the gay road and the pay road.
You do already. It's called taxes.
No, but you don't have the do you have the option to drive down the free road and say, "Oh, I drive the free road, don't tax me for roads"? Do you have an option for that?
Right now.
No, so they're gay, and I don't agree with their bullshit. Now, if you had the option, and everywhere they were, there was like the free way to get there and the good way to get there, that would be great because people have an option. And people who drive like almost never will get like an ATV or some piece of crap with like with foam in the tires instead of air, with some aerosol, and then it won't matter if they hit all the potholes all the time, and they don't care, and that's fine, and they save their money. And then there's the guy who has to drive to work every day.
As much in gas.
Huh?
Well, it costs them twice as much in gas.
What does?
Whatever they're driving that can handle roads like that.
Yeah, it could, but they're not driving as much, which is why they're doing it. It's just, I get it. All that shit is really complicated, and it's much more simple just to force everyone to do the thing. It's like I was telling Carbone and Arma. Yeah, you could go and track every single little thing that someone's doing, but it's crazy. It's much better just to reward them with, ammo and tires and gas. But they said, no, we don't like that. That's too simplified. And that's fine. I didn't, and in a way, it's not realistic and a little unfair, but it's simple and makes things more smooth, which is probably why they do it. My stance, I still hold my stance, which is if there's options, I agree. If there's no option, I disagree.
You're still going to end up paying for somebody else's fuck up, though. No matter what, even in a privatized system.
Yeah, but that's something unavoidable. Unless you have like levels.
The privatized system is better.
It could be better. It's better for certain people, just like the tax system is better for other people. That's why I'm saying if there's a choice, it's fine. Jirge, there's going to be problems back here.
Yeah, we're going to run into the same problem that we're running into right now with the internet, though. Is that sooner or later, there's going to be 5 companies that own all the internet tubes, 5 companies that own all the roads, and say, well, that guy owns the roads in LA, he charges more.
Yeah, but he's an asshole if there's no other option. It's like
there is another option.
With
you can take the bus. There is another option. You can go on the subway. You can get out and walk. There is another option. It's inconvenient, but there's another option.
Okay.
You want to get out and walk across LA?
But is there other roads you can drive, or just no other road?
I'm sure there'll be government-funded roads that everybody is going to be on because they don't want to pay the money because they're Jews. But hey, at least the roads that guy paid for will be in good condition.
Well, yeah, the people that pay get the better stuff, and the people that don't want to pay get the crappier stuff. And for some people, the crappier stuff is better, and for other people, it's not. Well, for some people, it's not worth paying. And for some people, it is worth paying.
And there's some people who can't afford it.
Then it's not worth paying if they can't afford it.
Then how do they eat if they have to, shunt off to their money to paying for roads that they don't use?
They don't. They get wrecked because whatever they're doing doesn't make enough money. Because they're doing the commie thing, and what they're doing doesn't have enough value. Which is like, do you want to delay the problem, or do you want the problem right now? But that's a similar argument with like the whole single motherhood bullshit, where it's like, do you subsidize single mothers and all the problems that they bring with the kids they raise, or
let them die?
Do you let them die?
That's the question. It's not a comfortable question to ask, but
it's not. But the question is the problem going to be solved right now, or are you going to postpone the problem and let it fester? And it sucks. No one wants to answer that question because no one wants to be the guy that says, "Nah, you didn't pay, so you can't eat. I'm sorry." And then they go India mode, in Africa mode, like that. Thanks.
Why am I playing Big myself?
Oh, because I'm getting ammo. And then that's a small opening. So if you want me to fight Gay Satan, you can sub out and I'll fight him. Yeah, I think you should step back. Let me do it. Fuck you, Satan. You're gonna hit me with your lag beam. Oh, are you doing it again? Okay, go ahead.
I would rather have the freedom to go on any road I want to go on.
Yeah, but that's not fair. That's not
paying for roads that I'm not using.
And I would love the freedom to walk in anybody's house and eat their food, but they wouldn't like that, and I wouldn't like it if other people came into my stuff too. So there's that. Sure, it would be nice
until something changes and you need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, but it's that same question, the survival of the fittest question. There you go, you died. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, it's not survival of the fittest right now with the whole internet thing either.
Oh no, because the government's being a bunch of jerks, and they're saying we can't let everyone do the broadband because then the roads would be dug up or some crap. And so now when I call for customer support, people say, "Oh, we're not a monopoly. You could always use DSL." And I'm like, DSL is not a level.
Yeah, but it's an option.
It's not a level competitor.
It's an option. It's the same argument you're making.
It's not the
same argument you're making.
No, but it doesn't.
All the people who don't want to pay as much get wrecked. You got to jump on the DSL.
But they're not letting other people try to do it. Like with roads, anybody can come up and build a road. And maybe a road is a bad argument because a road is limited for space, so maybe they just have to regulate roads. And on that, I guess I could concede because there's only so much space.
What other things would be taxed that would be better privatized?
For example, like I guess I want to say the internet, but the
internet's already privatized.
Well, not really. Kind of, but not really. It's sort of privatized. Where, yeah, the internet is privatized, but other people can't be digging up and planting their own cables for alternative high-speed internet.
They can. Those companies just don't want to spend the money to pay the road crews.
The government doesn't let them. They say you don't have permission to dig. We already gave Roadrunner and whatever their name is the permission to do the digging, so we can't have everybody digging up all this stuff all the time.
Yeah, and the government said that because Roadrunner paid them bunches of money to make them say that.
Maybe, but if that's the case, then the government should regulate them because they have a monopoly.
Yeah, but the government is getting paid by them. Why would I regulate somebody who's paying me? This is the very issue of corruption there.
I know, yeah, and they should. I'm just telling you, I know why they don't want to. Of course, you're right, they don't want to. But they should regulate it, because if there isn't ample competition, it's bullcrap. You're just playing Monopoly, the board game. And I own all of Boardwalk, and every time you walk by here, you gotta pay me. That's bullshit. That's what Monopoly's about. It's about teaching you how there's a lot of bullcrap in the world. That's why I hate that game. I played that game a few times, and I'm like, dude, F this game! All I do here, it buys all the things, and then once they have everything on one side, they win. So I never trade anything with anyone and just everybody tries to monopolize. Now, if they let other people have high-speed internet and there were other competitors, then it would be harder. Because if Cox is like, oh, pay me $300 a month for internet, and somebody goes, hey, only pay me $100 for internet, everybody's going to siphon away from Roadrunner. They're going to be like, I'm sorry, we're lowering the price. And that's what they need.
I think a better argument for something that should be privatized is education.
Education is a really good one.
Education needs to be privatized. I don't want to pay for your kid to be stupid. That's not a right. That's not something your kid needs. He can go work at McDonald's when he turns 18. That's fine.
McDonald's. No. Wait, that switched to forever.
You're already not paying enough money into the teachers at public schools to make it worth their while. If I ever have a kid, I hope there's a private school near me I can afford. No, they don't. Not in California. You fucking kidding me? I make more than most of the teachers in my county.
Maybe it's on average, it goes higher,
What fucking planet do you live on? I've never heard of teachers making that. I know a high school teacher who made less money than me.
Dude, I work in the school district.
San Diego must just have a better allocation of resources than us. Most of the stories that I hear about the teachers are them paying out of pocket for basic supplies.
Wow.
Well, yeah, teachers have a budget. That's subsidized in taxes because teachers can claim, I think, an extra like $3,500 in taxes just because they're a teacher.
That's nice. So I'm paying in taxes for you to be able to teach.
That's when they've done it for a long time, right? Because they have the common system of the longer you do it, the more you make.
Well, that and your education. You know, the ladder goes like sideways, you know. Sideways for education and up for
Yeah, but what if you're an asshole teacher that doesn't give a damn about any of the students?
Oh, then you're a dickhead that just collects money.
Yeah. You're not even trying very hard. You're an elementary school teacher. How fucking hard do you have to teach to work to teach kids 2 + 2?
Well, that's not the basic thing is attention before 2 + 2. But first, you gotta get them to actually look at you and stop playing with shit.
Math in 2nd grade. I don't know about any of the other kids. I remember doing my fucking times tables.
Yeah, but see, you're white, so you're good at that stuff. I'm talking about like all the brown kids down here, like me.
That's good, but it still doesn't necessarily mean that any kid of mine is going to be able to understand it and pay attention long enough to do all the things. And if all the test scores are privatized and if the teachers are fucking, you know, being corrupt about it, they're getting paid for nothing out of my tax dollars. I would rather have a private school that's all their teachers, verifies their education levels, that has, you know, monthly requirements for them showing that they're teaching their curriculum properly, or even adjusting it depending on their individual student goals. The standardized testing is bullshit. I grew up in the standardized system. It just didn't work for me. I didn't learn much of anything. I was never taught how to think. I'm lucky that I, you know, was born with all the right fucking bullshit in my head that I could figure that shit out on my own. I don't owe my intelligence to school.
School doesn't make you intelligent. It gives you the opportunity to know some things, but intelligence. I never agreed that you could teach intelligence.
We should be teaching how to think, not what to think. I don't remember the last time I heard of a school teaching anybody how to fill out a fucking 1040.
Yeah, no, they don't do that.
Or what to do if somebody slams into your car.
Man,
Right. Oh shit.
But goddamn, 100,000 a year for an elementary school teacher, that's bullshit.
isn't it? Let's all become an elementary school teacher.
Fuck.
No, man, but we're gonna
You'd be better off.
In the college level, you can make upwards of 200 as being a professor. You know, that's also longevity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's basically the same attitude of your students too, right? A bunch of slobbering assholes.
Kamehameha. Kamehameha again. No, it's just the shake from the impact. Oops. hurt myself on that one.
Fuck yourself!
What? What shot you there?
That guy.
I thought maybe he had one knock.
He was mad because I told him to F off.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah.
Dang, Jared, you died.
Yeah.
And that was on map 15.
Wait, maybe